Hey guys, welcome back to Anxiety Art Adventures. Yesterday on Valentine's Day, I did a 2 hour long live stream, and Ustream completely deleted the video. So wanted to just give you a highlight of what we went over. I got new watercolors. These are Kuretake Gansai Tambi Watercolors. Kuretake is the same person that makes my Zig water brushes. They make the Jelly Roll gel pens. Good brand. Really a fan of Kuretake. So anyway, wanted to show you these watercolors. They come in a nice box with a lid. And this is a set of 36. I think you can get them in 6, 12, 24, and 36. I went ahead and got a larger set because the only set that I have right now is my koi field set, which, you know, I use a lot, but there just isn't a lot of color variation, and you don't get a lot of, you know, the greens and the blues, and I needed more of that for more of what I'm doing. So I do use this. I still use this field set pretty much on a daily basis. So just wanted to expand out a little bit and get something. This is a little bit higher quality than the koi water set, in my opinion. Just my opinion. This set was, I think, $33 on Amazon. And this koi set, I think, was $20 at my local art store. So, and I'll go over the difference with you guys in a minute. So anyway, the one frustrating thing about this set, all of it is in Japanese, and you have no idea what the colors are. So on the back of the lid, it gives you numbers. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it gives you numbers on the back of the lid. So what I did is I went to jetpens.com, and they give you a list of all the colors with their according numbers. So you match the numbers to the color, obviously. And there's a space on the top of the lid next to each number. So what I did is I just went through all the numbers and wrote down the appropriate colors. So that way I have this on the back of the lid if any of these get mixed up. Yeah, so that is one frustrating part, that there wasn't an actual quote-unquote color chart that came with it. I've seen some of the sets where on the front, when they wrap it, they have a color chart. Mine didn't come with that on Amazon. It was just wrapped in clear cellophane, just like this. Not sure why I didn't get that, but you know, to each their own. These are new. They had never been used, so it's all good. The internet is a wonderful thing. You can always find what you need. But I had been looking at new watercolors, and I didn't want to spend a lot of money on Daniel Smith, Winsor Newton, when I don't use watercolors on an artist level. You guys know me. I pretty much stick to my coloring books. I don't really stray from that too much. I might do a journal page here and there, but mostly I'm working in coloring books, so I didn't see the need to get really expensive watercolors. And quite honestly, I can't afford all of these expensive art supplies. So I try to find what I can for get the best bang for your buck. Now, I did splurge, as you guys know, I did splurge and get the 84 set of the Neocolor 2s. Only reason I did that, though, is because I use those constantly in my coloring books. Constantly. And I needed the larger selection of colors. So that was my big purchase. But I am always trying to find art supplies that are good, but, you know, not really, really expensive. So, and I'm sure there are a lot of us out there that can't afford all the things that are out there. I'd love to be able to afford things like luminance pencils or, you know, really high-end Dr. Martin watercolors or things like that. But if I'm not using them for portraits or for landscapes or for actual, you know, paintings, then I just don't see the point. So that's my opinion. Anyway, got off on a tangent there. These are great. They come with a plastic cover. You can see that. It's just a plastic cover to keep them covered. I will tell you a word to the wise. Always leave your watercolors open to the air if they're still wet. If not, they'll mold. One of my viewers told me that. So make sure you always leave it open after you've used them. I usually just let them sit overnight once I'm done, and then come back in the morning and put the cover on it, unless I'm using it again. Always spray them with water before you use them. I've got a little spray bottle that usually always has water in it, and you just spray the entire box. The box, yeah, it's cardboard, so it might get a little damp, but you know, who cares? So you always spray it down and let the water activate the pigment. That's what activates it, is putting the water on it. So then what I do personally is I use a water brush and dip the water brush directly into the paint and then go to the paper. A lot of people do it different ways. That's how I like it, because I feel like I get better color that way. I did do a color chart, and I'll go over this with you guys. So in the set of 36, and I'm going to follow the way that they are in here. So you've got red, carmine red, dark pink, wine red, cadmium red, scarlet red, orange, light brown. Now these two I mixed up, guys. This color is mid yellow and this color is bright yellow. They're individual pans, so they come out, and I had them in my lap and a couple of them fell out, so I just got them mixed up. No big deal. Lemon yellow, olive green, hopefully you guys can still see this, May green, mid green, ocean green, evergreen, green, marine green, turquoise green, pale aqua. And we're going to go on to the blues. Cornflower blue, blue, Persian blue, cobalt blue, menthol violet, which I thought was interesting because that's actually blue, deep blue, that's almost like a navy, it's real pretty, deep violet, purple, deep pink, this is brown, dark brown, black, white. I don't know why I even swatch white because nobody can see it, but gotta get it all together on the page. Silver, bluish gold, and gold. Now, let me hold these up a little closer for you. These watercolors to me are thicker in color than the koi's. More vibrant for sure. Just trying to get you guys to see the range of color. Now this originally I thought this was copper and this was gold, but according to the list that's a bluish gold and that's a gold. So I did swatch all these out. They're great. They're individual pans. The bad thing is I have not found where you can get just the individual pans to replace. If anybody knows of where you can get the individual pans, please let me know in a comment below. That would be great. If not, then I'm just gonna have to buy a whole nother set, which isn't great, but you know. And again, these pans are pretty good size. I mean, they'll last a while, for me anyway. But I love the range of the greens. I mean, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 greens, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blues, 2 purples, 2 pinks, 5 reds, You know, you've got an orange, you've got your 3 yellows. To me, this is a good color range because I use a lot of greens and a lot of blues. So anyway, yeah, so I wanted to show you guys these. Highly recommend these. You can find them on Amazon, like I said. I got these in a 36 set. Kuretake Gansai Tambi Watercolors. So, yeah. All right, let me put this back. And then I'm going to go over one more thing. A lot of people have asked me about markers. I'm not really a marker person. I don't care for them. I prefer pencils or my Neo2s or watercolor. I do have a set of markers, and I'm going to show you what I've used it on and what I use it on. I do not buy expensive alcohol. I'm talking about alcohol markers, sorry. Alcohol markers. I'm not going to buy the expensive alcohol markers, the Copics and all that, just because I don't use markers that often. The non-alcohol markers I have are the Faber-Castell Pitt pens, and I got these as a gift for Christmas. I wouldn't buy these for myself just because I don't use them that much. They're great though to use in little areas such as Imagimorphia, all the little bits in Imagimorphia, or Anamorphia, any detail work. These are pretty good to use. I also have some fine liners, but I don't use them very often. So I do have these, I just don't use them. This is just a 24 set. Alcohol markers, what I use is, when I use markers, and right now, I've just got them all in a bag, which is very unusual for me, but these are Premier by Nicole. They're dual tip markers. So you've got a fat end on the marker, and then you've got your thin end, your small end. What? Your small tip. It's an alcohol marker. Personally, I just went with the cheapest thing I could at my art store because I don't use these very often, but I think these are just as good as any other alcohol marker that you use. I'll give you an example. I'm following a tutorial right now by Dee Dee Willingham of her coloring this dragon. So the background of the dragon here, and this is in Bennett Klein's dragon book, which I recommend to everybody. The background here I colored in lilac, a purple lilac alcohol marker. So anywhere you see that down here, I used an alcohol marker for that. Now, it will go through, let me tell you, it goes through, so you always keep cardstock behind what you're doing. Never use an alcohol marker on a book that's double-sided pages. Don't do it. It'll go through. I don't care what kind of paper it is. It doesn't matter. It's going to go through. So, just telling you now, don't use alcohol markers on a two-sided page book. One-sided, who cares? Put some cardstock behind it. I mean, it went through and it got on the cardstock, so you definitely need to keep that there. Yeah, this is a fabulous book, but I already did a review. You guys know that. So yeah, so I just bought a set of, I think it was what, 24 of these, 36 of these. I don't know, but I mean, it wasn't that expensive. I bought it a long time ago. I want to say it was maybe $40. But compared to Copics, yeah, no. Don't get me wrong, and don't leave me nasty comments about Copics. Copics are probably wonderful markers. I just, with what I'm doing, I can't justify the expense. All I'm doing is coloring and coloring books. So anyway, wanted to show you guys my new watercolors and the markers that I use when I do use them. The Pitt pens, which I do use, And then the Zig Clean Color brushes. I have a set of 24 of these. These were also a gift at Christmas. These are great if you know how to use them. The biggest mistake I made was trying to use the actual marker directly onto a page. You don't want to do that. It goes through immediately. It goes through the paper. I used it in Imagimorphia and it went through the paper. So what you want to do is you want to take the pen, put it, I'm not going to do it now because I'm not working on anything right this second. Brush it onto your palette and then take your water brush and dip it into that and then go to the page. You want to get that water on there because if not, it's so pigmented it immediately goes through the paper. So but they are water-based. They're not alcohol. These are water-based. They're basically watercolor in a brush. And they're wonderful if you use them that way. If you want to use them straight, I'm just telling you, it's going to go through pretty much all paper. So again, I wouldn't advise using it on two-sided pages if you're going to use it that way. Other than that, they work great. I use these in Imagimorphia and Anamorphia often. So yeah. So anyway, I just wanted to go over those items and show you those, and hopefully I'll be getting some more new coloring books to show you guys. I'm hoping next week. And I'll review those for you. I'll leave that as a surprise. But we did do a giveaway yesterday on the dragon book. I gave away the dragon book and a Zig water brush like this one to one of the viewers. So I'm going to start doing more giveaways probably once a month. So please stay tuned for those. I am on ustream.tv. Live on Tuesdays at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All you got to do is go to ustream.tv. If you don't want to create an account, you can just type in, search for Anxiety Art Adventures, and you can just watch as an anonymous viewer. You can't chat though, but you can watch. So anyway, hope to see you guys on the live stream, and those of you on YouTube, I really appreciate all the subscribes that I've gotten. Didn't really think I'd get to over 400, to be honest. So I really appreciate you guys, and hopefully I will continue to do this and show you some more techniques and cool supplies. If there's any requests you guys have, like what you want me to work on, if I have it, coloring book wise, I stick to coloring books. Just put it in the comment below and I'll try to accommodate and see if I can work on what you recommend. So anyway, appreciate you guys, and hopefully we will see you again really soon.